to do this, and I can see some reasons why you would. Why don't you just talk a little bit about that?
No, I'm more than welcome to do interviews.
I'm talking about going into the league.
It was just a process that I felt was it wasn't an easy process at all, and it was a decision I felt that was best for me and my family. Clemson has given me all the opportunities, to succeed in life, not just in football. And I felt like, it was kind of my time up here. I felt like I've accomplished all I want to accomplish, on and off the field from a maturity standpoint. I feel like I've grown, and I felt like that's what I came to school to do, to grow as a person, not just as a football player. And I feel like, just being at Clemson, they've given me all the opportunities, possible to be able to succeed in life.
Is it about momentum too a little bit? I mean, you had statistically a great season.
Statistically, I feel like I had a great season, but it has a lot that goes into to making a decision, a big decision like that. So the momentum was one of them. I'm not going to say it was the main factor, but that was definitely one of them.
Was it tough? Because, certainly you would look ahead and go, gosh, we've got our quarterback coming back. We've got the defense is getting better. Did that make it it would seem to me that would be tough because it seems like Clemson might be on the verge of something great.
Yeah, we were definitely on the verge of something great. I feel like me staying or going, I feel like we can win national championship with the guys that we have here. I was just kind of like I said, I felt like, I've done all I could do here. I set every goal that I set down for myself to win a championship. This year, if you count, us tying with Florida State, then that'd be 2 championships that I've won here at Clemson. Well, actually 3 the bowl game, an ACC championship. So I feel like I've accomplished a lot here, personally and, from a team aspect.
How exciting. I can imagine as an athlete that this would be between now and the draft.
Yeah.
I can imagine there would be every emotion running through.
Oh man, it's so many emotions, but my family, we kind of downplay all the hype that goes around it. Y'all guys didn't see me in here doing an interview with you when I made my decision. Nobody asked me to come and kind of do what Taj did. I would have did it if you guys would ask me to, but it's kind of something that was downplayed. And my family, we just downplay the fame. We're real down to earth. We really don't let all that stuff bother us or worry about it. Just do our job, and that's kind of what I was taught to do, my job.
Nuk, when did you really kind of hone in on the decision to go pro? Was it after the bowl game? Was it between the regular season and the bowl game?
It was kind of something that was leading up to it. At the beginning of this year, one of my goals was kind of the play where I can set myself up to have that decision at the end of the year. And I don't feel like that's a bad scenario to be able to leave or stay. Yeah, both ways, but I feel like just after the bowl game, it was something that kind of set up, to kind of help my decision to leave.
Was there any chance you were coming back?
Oh yeah, definitely. I wanted to graduate. That was my main thing. If it was 4 and 7 and I had 1,500 yards, my main thing was graduating, and I'm going to graduate. But definitely that would have been the key part of me wanting to come back.
How much time do you have left before you graduate?
I'm not exactly sure yet, but maybe 2 semesters, or if that.
Oh, sorry, I'm having problems here, guys. My apologies.
Was there one person that was most influential in your decision, or?
No, there wasn't one person. I would say my mother. I talk to her every day. That's like my sister and my mother at the same time, and we just kind of talk about it every day and prayed about it. So no key person, just my mom.
What's your routine been since making the decision? Has it been workouts, prepping for the combo and pro day, and what's it like now?
It's been hectic, man. I thought it was going to be kind of a chill situation, but I've been working out, just as much as these guys have been here. I trained in Florida. As soon as I left after the bowl game, I probably had 4 days rest. Went to train for the combine. After the combine, we had pro day, which wasn't even a week. And then, now I'm training for doing stuff for teams, individual workouts and things like that. So it's been a hectic process, very, very mentally, mentally challenged process, I would say.
There were some NFL analysts, Mel Kiper Jr. at first, even Coach Sweeney said, maybe he needs another year. And yet now we see you kind of rising up draft boards, and getting into the bottom of the first round? I mean, do you
No.
feel justified in your decision a little bit, or?
Yeah, man, I kind of felt, you know, coming out of high school, you know, I wasn't always the five-star person, you know, that everybody had high on the roster to do this and that, you know. So I felt like setting myself up the way I have. I feel like I've overachieved, you know, and to me personally. You know, it's not going out there proving people wrong if I go first round or not. You know, that's just money. You know, I feel like it's a personal, you know, challenge. You know, once you're doing that, you know, I don't worry about what people say if I'm gonna go third, second round. You know, everybody have opinions. That's what makes us unique as human beings. You know, so everybody's gonna have one.
So it doesn't matter to you what round. It doesn't matter to you what round, because when you get to the league, that's when you're going to show who you are and what you can do.
Exactly.
What did your, I know the NFL kind of issues sort of report cards if you're thinking about it. What did yours say, if you don't mind me asking?
Mine said second round, and I mean, you know, to me that's good.
Who are some of the teams you're hearing from the most?
Not really any team more than another. They don't really call me on a personal basis. I'm sure y'all everybody know that I worked out with the Panthers individually. So that was my only individual workout so far. But no team more than any other.
Do you have more scheduled? More individual workouts?
Yes, sir, I do. I'm not sure exactly yet, but I know I have more scheduled on my calendar.
Can you tell us who you're thinking of, or you want to keep that?
Yeah, keep that a secret, man. I ain't trying to hold back, but you know, it's personal.
Do you care who you're drafted? Does it matter?
Oh no, man. I play football, man.
Right.
You know, I don't really care. Cold, hot, or you know, it doesn't matter to me. As long as I can play football.
Nuk, how and why did this press conference come about today?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know, man. That's a good question. I don't mind talking to you guys. I like y'all. You know.
So it wasn't initiated by you?
Oh no, sir. It wasn't. I think somebody. I'm not sure. One of y'all reporters. They had a problem. They said I didn't. I kind of ignored y'all after pro day. You know. I'm sorry if y'all felt like that, but I think, you know, it's kind of reasons to it, but not exactly sure.
Well, tell us what you learned at the IMG Academy. What did you work on, and how did that go for you?
That was great. That was a great experience. I had one of the best speed coaches in the world, Coach Seagrave. He trained Olympic athletes and NBA players. You know, it was just a great experience being around a bunch of guys, you know, that are at the same caliber as you, and they're achieving the same goal. You know, it's just the drive to wake up every morning, you know, and talk to these guys, you know, about where we're going to be playing at, you know, or what we're going to buy and stuff like that. It was a great experience.
Were you down there for a full month, or how long?
I was down there for a full month and some weeks, and so yeah.
Too soon to know where you're going to be on draft day, or?
I'm probably be here at home, you know, enjoying that experience with my family. You know, why not?
Are you going to remain home for the next month?
Yes, sir. Just remain home and train here. Yeah.
If you were invited to New York, would you go?
No, sir.
You would not.
No, sir.
Is there any explanation for what has come out of Daniel High School and what's in the genetics too? I mean, you've had a lot of family who've gone on to be pretty darn good football players.
No, I feel like we got more talent here than any other place, just in this 20-mile radius. You know, Jarvis Jenkins, Terry Smith, Kevin Breedlove, you know, Javis Austin, you know, Deshaun Williams, Shaq Lawson, DJ Greenlee, Jalen Oglesby, and then other guys that went to other colleges, just, you know, not Clemson. The talent around here is amazing. I feel like, you know, growing up in the country is different than kind of in the city, because you're in the country, you know, you grow up, you know, you go out there and play football in the backyard with no shoes on. You know, if you get some glass in your feet, then, oh well, you know, keep playing, stitch it up. It's amazing, you know, how much talent we have here, and guys that haven't been able to be here where we are, you know, just because of bad decisions. But, you know, it's plenty of guys that should be here, you know, just coming out of Central and Clemson, this little area. But it's amazing, you know. I would say genetics, but, you know, it's so many families, you know, here that has, you know, people
White
in college.
and black.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the talent here, man, it's amazing. I would say it's probably just coaching and coaches, you know, in the rec, you know, the rec age group, getting guys out and playing football and kind of giving them that structure, you know. So that has a big part.
When did you start playing ball?
I started playing. My first sport was actually baseball at the age of 8 years old. I played baseball, and then after that, it was football, and after that, it was basketball and football. So yeah.
But you still love the ball. You still love
Always,
the hoops,
man.
don't you?
Always, man. My agent had to tell me not to play basketball now, just because I'm a gym rat, man. I just love being able to do something. So now I kind of go out and kick the soccer ball with some friends,
Really?
Yeah,
It's crazy thinking back. You didn't even play football 9th grade year.
it is, man. It's crazy. I thought I was gonna be an NBA star, one day. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. I played against a lot of guys that's in the NBA, and I stood up well against them, So in my mind, coming out of high school, I was like, why can't I be there, and do this? But I'm happy I stuck with football. And it was a great decision.
Nick, you were overshadowed when you got here to an extent,
Yeah.
and then to an extent, even your first couple of years here by Sammy. Did any of that drive you?
Oh yeah, that was a key part of my motivation. That just seeing somebody else succeed, is great. But you always want to be that person that, my mentality. I want to be the best at everything I do. If it's holding a snap to kick the field goal, I want to be the best holder. And coming here, I feel like I want to be the best wide receiver. Sammy felt the same way, and that's the key part of our success to the season. Both of us going at it every day, trying to be the best. That's like my little brother, and I'm like his big brother. So it's fun going out there competing with him.
So it's kind of a cutthroat. You viewed competition with him in kind of a cutthroat way.
Yes, that's like, we might joke about it, during the game, he might have a touchdown. I might be like, man, you better step it up, I'm saying, I'm running away with this, and he might, do the same. It's kind of, it's a fun situation, that you would love to be in. If Taj had another Taj on the side of him, competing, then people would be like, Clemson has the greatest quarterbacks in college, so and both of them would be great, so it's just it's a competitive mentality that we both have,
Do you have a special moment from this season that you kind of hang on to and say, well, this is what I'm about, and this is what I can do?
Man, I would say the 4th and 16 catch.
Yeah.
Man, that was incredible, man. That was just a great feeling. Man, I couldn't have pictured, going out any way better than be able to catch a 4th and 16 pass to lead the drive to win the game.
Did you have that all the way? Because it sure looked dicey on TV.
Oh yeah, man. I knew I had it. I knew Taj was either going to come to me or Brandon Ford. I looked at the film, and Adam Humphries was running down the field wide open. So I was kind of like, hey man, he was coming this way from the get go, And it was. I knew I had to make a play. I knew, and I capitalized.
Can you just walk us through that play as you're running down the field and looking back with the defender and just kind of standing there looking at you?
Yeah. Eric Reed was in the middle of the field, and it was kind of a cross route between me and Brandon Ford to kind of isolate those, the safety in the corner. I was supposed to break in actually, but Eric Reed played the play like great. He's a great player. He played it great. So I kind of made an adjustment on top of him to go around, and Taj threw it off his back foot. I was hoping he didn't throw it flat because I kind of adjusted my route to go upfield. And he just put the ball in the air, and I just kind of saw a glimpse of it. I didn't see the ball all the way through because Eric was on top of me. So I was just kind of hoping, I just timed my slide, and it dropped right in there. Couldn't ask for a better ball. Don't go away.
Do you think that's, when NFL teams look at that film, is that what you hope they see about Nuk Hopkins, the kind of stuff he can do?
That play says a lot. That was fourth quarter. We're a fast-paced offense. So, that takes endurance to be able to go out there and still give it your all in the fourth quarter and not give up. And we were the underdogs. So I feel like, if an NFL team or, GM's watching that game, they should say a lot about who I am as a person.
We hear Dabo talk a lot about sort of the progression of this program as they try to, as he tries to get it where he wants it to be.
Yeah.
Did Clemson have to have that game? Was that a must-win?
Yeah, I felt like that was a must-win for us, and everybody knew it. The guys on the staff and the players. We kind of last year we dropped the ball down there in Miami, and we kind of wanted to come out and crush our opponent. We didn't want to win; we wanted to crush him. and LSU was a great team, so that kind of didn't happen. But I mean, we came out with the win, and I feel like that was a must-win for this program to kind of get those 5-star recruits and just kind of be a upper echelon in college.
Did you see any of those LSU guys at the
Yeah,
combine?
yeah, I did.
What was that? What was that like?
I actually trained with Eric Reed for a month. So.
What was that like?
Oh man, no, it wasn't.
You didn't talk about it too much?
We really didn't talk about the whole situation. But other guys would kind of be like, oh, 4th and 16. But I also had Manti Te'o down there with me. So and I had Eddie Lacy. So it was kind of like their argument they had was bigger than the LSU and Clemson argument. So yeah, it kind of worked out.
What is your what was going through your mind as that field goal goes through the uprights for you guys to win? I mean, maybe you didn't know it was going to be your last Clemson game, but ultimately it was.
Oh man, I was thanking the Lord, man. Just for putting me in that situation. Putting me on this football team and letting me be able to go out and show my ability to the nation. Only thing that was going through my mind was thanking the Lord, and tears of joy, just happiness and just being able to overcome all of the obstacles that we've overcame the past 3 years, starting from 4-7 to beating LSU. It was a great feeling.
What do you want people to think of you when they think about you later? What do you want them to remember?
A very honest person that's down to earth and understandable, and that puts his heart into anything that he puts his mind to. If it's golf, it doesn't matter. Just somebody that's real determined, and determined to succeed in life. That's what I want people to remember about me.
What was the, you talk about the 4th and 16 play wanting to show NFL GMs and personnel about you. What was the interview process like at the combine? Going through meeting with teams and
man, I loved it, man. I loved it. I was trying to just capture every second of it. A lot of people be like, I don't like doing interviews. But I like doing interviews, but I feel like some people kind of should get other glory. Not the same people just every week in and out. Just getting the spotlight when other people are actually doing the same work, but not getting that. But it was great, man. Just being able to sit down and talk to GMs and just have that different terminology, the game and just the aspect of it. It was great. I loved it. I think I had the most meetings out of anyone. It was like me and Te'o. Probably because I'm a junior and Te'o, just because of what was going on. But yeah, it was great.
You said you were training down with Te'o. Did you ever talk to him about that stuff?
Nah, man. We did, man. We wanted him to feel comfortable. He's a human being.
Yeah.
He's going to the same goal we're going to. That's just a distraction in the way of trying to be able to feed your family, honestly. So we